Between the 450s of this event, I think Braytech is the winner. Braytech has the origin trait, Search Party. Remember, faster aim down sight speed and movement speed while aiming down sights when no allies are near. And as far as just the legendary 450s in general, with its new perks, with what it has, it's a top legendary 450 option. Let's remember, these 450s got 2 buffs. They seem small, but they do help them compete within their space. They increase the crit damage multiplier from 1.5 to 1.55. So the crit down does 31, and way back when, they got a body damage buff to 20. So 31 crit, 20 body, 0.8 TTK. That matches 140 hand cannons, other weapons, 5 crit, 2 body. That's a 195. A 6 crit, 1 body is going to be for higher resilience. And before we go further, a reminder, I am partnered with Apex Gaming PCs. And they offer a lifetime labor warranty. They ship worldwide, 24/7 customer support, 1-year standard parts replacement warranty, and more. It's all the good stuff. Go check out my new PC line. There's 3 tiers, cool, cooler, and coolest. They're customizable. You can add in the 4000 series GPUs, the 7000 series Ryzens, the Intel 13th gens. They have them. There's a link down below right at the top of the description. And don't forget, you can save up to $250 off of your order with code CoolGuy. Some things to keep in mind about Braytech. Out of these legendary 450s, Braytech still has the highest base range stat and aim assist stat. It hits fall off 29 meters at base. That's where it does full damage. And the full range band with all range perks added is 33.7 meters. That includes full bore. The rangefinder ones and scopes like Horror Story that we went over last week, those can break the mold. But these things are pretty easy to control. Arrowhead is going to be great, small bore, but I actually like full bore here. The stability goes to 31, but the range goes to 84. And there's also a scenario where you can get 99 range with all range perks. That's including Ricochet. Ricochet is the key because Ricochet negates the penalty from full bore. So it'll be 99 range with its base stability of 41. Back when these things got the body shot damage buff, I tried a couple out. And actually right here, what I recommend if you're unsure about Braytech, if you don't have the roll, that is. One of the big selling points about this weapon is kill clip. We're going to get right into it in a moment, but for you veteran players, look in your vault for positive outlook. It's got a transmission, it's got flash, it has kill clip. So if you don't have the kill clip yet on the Braytech, you want to know what it feels like, want to try it out, it's right there if you have it. I suggest that you do before you do any more grinding. For the magazine, Ricochet or High Cal. For the perks, column 3, we have Under Pressure. It's really good on these because you do find yourself at the end of the mag a decent amount of the time. We have Slide Shot. A rare perk nowadays, Slide, get some ammo back, but you get plus 20 range, plus 30 stability. It lasts around 3 seconds. In other words, it's going to be there for your TTK. You're going to slide, have it up, the buff is up, you're going to be able to use it for your TTK. Dynamic Sway, S tier. As you fire, you get increased accuracy and stability. Big accuracy cone help. It eventually gives plus 10 stability. So it ramps up for 0.6 seconds. At 0.6, that's where you get the plus 10. But as you're ramping up, the most important thing is the accuracy. And again, it's going to line up with your TTK. You're going to be able to use it. Pugilist. If I'm not mistaken, this is the only kinetic AR with Pugilist. It's a fairly new perk, and they placed it on here. You get 10% energy back. When you get final blows with this weapon, you get 10% back to your melee. If you get a melee hit, you get plus 35 handling on the weapon. We have well-rounded. That's interesting. Throw an aid or land a charge to melee. You get plus 10 range, stability, and handling. It stacks at ×2, so it could be plus 20 in those stats. Compulsive Reloader, just stay away. Subsistence, good perk. Get kills, get ammo back. In column 4, gut shot straight. We're going to stop here for a second. This is kind of interesting. With the bump to the crit and body damage on these, gut shot gives 10% more body damage, but you get a 35% cone accuracy reduction. That's a big penalty, but what this is going to allow is a more consistent 5 crit 2 body. That combo is going to deal around 199 now. Is it worth it? I don't think so. I think there are better perks here, but in a perfect world, you'd put on double targeting and you'd have something like Dynamic Sway on the other side to help with accuracy benefits. Vorpal weapon, interesting because it's a primary, right? It deals 20% damage, the full damage Vorpal can do because it's a primary kinetic. But do you really want to be hammering down on bosses? Yellow bars with a 450 AR? I mean, you do you. I'm not going to be doing it. We have over under. I'm not really impressed with it, at least not on something like a 450 auto. We have tap the trigger, S tier for it, same deal. It's going to be there for your TTK. You're going to be able to use it. Right as you fire, a burst of buffs comes right out. Plus 40 stability, 50% recoil kick help, so it's not jumping as high visually. You have accuracy cone help. It lasts for 0.6 seconds. Again, for your gunfight. Kill clip. It's brutal. Brutal on a 450. It's one thing to get base kills with your 450 AR. It can be done. You've seen it. It's a 0.8 TTK. You got to land some shots. You have to be within range. Maybe you flinch them. You have a good outcome. But a 450 with a damage buff starts getting rough on your opponent. 33% more damage goes to 41 per crit. It rounds up to another number, but basically it's a 5 crit kill. And what makes that brutal is the frame, right? Very easy to use. Precision frame auto. A stable weapon. Landing 5 crits even through flinch can be done somewhat consistently. and that's a 0.53. That is fast. That is a deletion. As far as 450s, it's only on this and Tiger Spite. But Braytech, it's got the right pairing perks. Tiger Spite doesn't. Kill Clip is just rare nowadays, and it's really rare on a 450. They can beam. We're going to talk about it more later. Swashbuckler. Damage at ×1 goes to 32. You can now get a 6-bullet kill for a 0.66. That's going to be nice. Melee final blows, it gets into what Kill Clip does, showing 42, but in the 40s, right? 5-bullet kill. It's definitely an option. Osmosis, as talked about with Horror Story, only 3 Rs have Osmosis, and this is one of them. It's there for PvE if you want it, but I want to come back to Kill Clip. It's the reason to go for it, at least to me, personally. Rare perk nowadays on a rare frame. You don't really see it, and when you get it going, doing a Kill Clip cancel, so getting a kill, switch to your other weapon, switch back, do the reload, get a chain, you can streak with this thing. And I've done so many of these Lost Sectors, to be honest, I don't know how much more I can do, guys. Like, it's starting to wear on me. But I got all the good sniper rolls. I just got the Subsistence Incandescent Jurassic Green. I still need one more for Jurassic Green. I have all of Horror Story, but this would be it. Ideally, it's Dynamic Sway with Kill Clip, because if you have Kill Clip going, Dynamic Sway's up for the entire duration of the TTK. A burst of buffs go out as far as accuracy, lining up with Kill Clip. It's also creeping up +10 stability, so it's actually going to get a little bit more stable as you're firing, but it's all about the accuracy, as I talked about in the perk section. That's the dream, the massive accuracy help to pull all those Kill Clip headshots in. It puts it on autopilot a little bit. If not dynamic, it would be slide. That's going to be second place. Past that, it's going to be well-rounded, and then even pugilist. If you're getting kills, you're getting some tangible things out of it, some melee energy. But Dynamic Sway looks perfect to pair with Kill Clip, and I think that the 450 Kill Clip is legit worth going for. Next, Pure Dueling, in one of two ways. We have Dynamic Sway with Tap the Trigger. Again, when combined, they get their benefits for 0.6. That's going to be the main number that they share, and that's giving double, and I want to repeat that, double accuracy cone help. It's a black hole headshot machine. Double accuracy perks are super rare. And it's also worth noting that Tap the Trigger doesn't really come up that much anymore at all. It's a solid perk. You can also put on targeting to help this even more. But if not dynamic, it would be slide Tap the Trigger, because once you slide, go into Tap the Trigger, adding all that together, it would be max stability and +20 range. It's really good. And then finally, we have Swashbuckler. It can get that 33% as well if you have a melee build with a melee lunge. Maybe you're using Atheris or the big knife. It works well. And this is probably your main PvE damage perk. You can do Kill Clip and cancel. You can do Vorpal, but Swash has a lot of play in PvE. I do have a synergistic combo with well-rounded Swash. It's nice because I can throw the knife, it's gonna land. I'm on Gunslinger, so I get +10 in those stats. I get Radiant, and I get Swashbuckler ×5. It's fine, it's doing great. PvE-wise, we have Osmosis, there's Vorpal. Just see what you have, what you need, and if Braytech can fill a role for you, pick it up. But I think overall, the real winner is Kill Clip. It's upfront, it's to the point, and it's a legitimate threat when it gets going. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. I've noticed that these weapons are fairly generous as far as drops compared to past events. Sometimes I've gotten 4 weapons after I complete a Lost Sector. Then again, that's just adding more and more to the RNG of some of these things. But let's talk about Braytech down below. What do you think about it? What do you think about the 450 auto buff? Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.